What is going on, you guys? Anko here, back at it with another YouTube video for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. And today, I'm going to be showing you guys the final matches of my tournament, the second bracket and the third bracket. Now, one of the matches for the second bracket that just kind of went missing. I could not find them in my captures, so it would just be missing. But do know that OldToastyGuy went on into the third bracket. That's why he's there. I think he fought Superior Games. I just don't have those matches anymore. I don't know where they went, so sorry about that. But I do have the rest of the matches between J Carries You and S John 12, and then the last bracket. So yeah, I want to give a big shout out to OldToastyGuy and S John 12. I'll link both of their YouTube channels in the description down below, and I'll pin a comment. Usually though, whenever you pin someone's channel in a comment, it doesn't usually work. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, here's the first match of the second bracket. We got S John 12 versus Jade Carries You. Now S John 12 is the Saiyan I was talking about in my last video with those crazy stats. This man is level 99. Do you guys see that health bar? I think he has like the same amount of health as like Omega Shenron or Broly, which are some of the roster characters with the most health in the game. He still has a ton of stamina, a ton of ki, and it still does pretty good damage. This man has the Saiyan combos down pat. Now this first match did go by a little fast. He was doing a couple infinites and stuff. Also, he's really good at using like Savage Strike, and he has a pretty nice combo where he uses, I think, Burst Kamehameha, and then from Burst Kamehameha he goes into Savage Strike, which I did not know that works, but apparently it does. And yeah, this man, the amount of pressure he can apply in his combos by doing those infinites and stuff and using these strong moves, he basically forces you to get out of his combos. Like, you're going to regret not snap finishing out of his combos because of the amount of infinites and then Zakiba supers and strike supers he's using. It's just so strong, you don't want to get hit by them, you know? And then J Carries You, he's running a pretty good build as well. I believe he's using a strike super Mel Earthling. I don't really get to see that many moves he's using in this preset because S John was just going ham. This man was not messing around. It's like he was ready for this, you know. Before I even started recording the matches, I saw that he was in training. So this man was practicing. He was getting the combos down, making sure he brought everything to the table. Okay, this man is playing no games. As you guys can see right here, he just turned Super Saiyan, so that means he got a buff in damage. I believe it was Super Vegeta 2 or Future Super Saiyan. I think it's Super Vegeta 2. Correct me if I'm wrong if you're watching this, S John. Right there, he gets him in another combo, and then he tries to predict the back hit, but it doesn't end up working because J Carries You does not after image. He tries to go for a random burst Kamehameha, which does end up whiffing, but you know, it's really no big deal. S John still has a ton of health, and right there he catches him in a combo and then lands a stamina break to finish him off, which was pretty disrespectful, but you know, it was a nice finish. Alright, here's the second match between S. John and J. Carries You. Now for this match, there was kind of a weird recording error. You only missed like a second of the fight, but it's just there, so I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know like why that happened. I don't know what happened. I think I wasn't recording with my new recording setup. Whenever I recorded this match, I was recording with my Xbox, and I had it set to the wrong thing, and it ended the recording sooner than I thought. So it kind of just glitched for just a second, but it's not really that big of a deal. But when it does come up, I don't want you guys to like kind of be confused. But yeah, S. John is using I think Piccolo's super attack. I forgot the name of it, but it's basically where he shoots lasers from his eyes backwards as a back hit, which is pretty nice counter move. I probably use whenever I use a move like that, I kind of go with time skip backbreaker, but I think he's kind of more of a key blaster. So if he does land that move, it actually is pretty good because it does stun your opponent and you're able to catch them in a combo over again. J Carries You has caught him in a combo. He lands like a pretty nice little infinite using his XY into another combo. The thing about these matches is these mans were really good at snap vanishing, and staying out of each other's combos and either getting out of each other's combos. The stamina management was pretty nice, and also the amount of pressure that each opponent was able to apply if they caught someone in a combo was crazy. Both of these players had some pretty interesting playstyles. S. John definitely knows a lot of combos with the male Saiyan. You can tell he is a male Saiyan main. Now, I believe J Carries You was a male Saiyan in the first bracket when he played, but now he's playing as his male Earthling. So maybe he's switching mains, or maybe the male Earthling is main. I'm not really sure. But yeah, between S. John and him, S. John definitely has his character down pat. And plus, he does have the level advantage. He is level 99, of course. But, you know, it doesn't really, like, when he get, like, the level 80, like, when you get to level 80 and up, level doesn't really matter that much. You just kind of gain a couple more, skill points to invest into, you know, your Keyblast supers and other stuff like that. So it isn't really that big of a deal. Right there was a little glitch. See, you probably barely even noticed it. It wasn't, you know, that crazy, but, you know, it is there. But yeah, as I was saying, level doesn't really matter that much. Whenever you get past level 80, you just kind of gain a couple of skill points. And I think as John is running a build where he only buffed his health, ki, and stamina, and then put like a little bit of points into the other attribute points. And then he's using a QQ bang that increases his health again, his ki probably not, and then his key blast and strike supers maybe, and then his stamina definitely. So that way he's able to have such godlike stats. Because this man is god tier. Right there though, as John does catch J carries in a little infinite right there. And with the little health he does have remaining, it forces him to get out of his combo. But then as John catches him in another combo and finishes him off with a god splitter. But yeah, GG to S-John 12. Unfortunately, Jay carried you out of the tournament, and S-John 12 is able to go further on into the tournament. So this is the final match, well, not final match, but final round of the tournament. We got OldToastyGuy versus S-John 12. Both of these people are male Saiyan mains, you guys can tell. And from what I've seen from watching these gameplays, is that they both have some pretty aggressive playstyles. And one thing I can say about these matches is that they were really intense, especially the last match. What do you guys see? That it was like almost a 5-minute, game, but it was really intense, almost down to the wire. Both these guys had some pretty aggressive playstyles too. They would use moves like Savage Strike or Shining Slash, and then all those guys using moves like Time Skip Backbreaker and stuff like that. And from experience, I can let you guys know that all those moves are really strong. Both of these guys were not messing around. They brought the top tier moves to the game, and they're not messing around. And I was in a party chat with both of them, and both of them muted their mics. That way they can actually get more serious. They went full on tryhard mode. They were not trying to lose, which is pretty cool. Nothing wrong. Trying hard is basically what everybody does whenever they play. But yeah, these matches were really intense. As I was saying, they're using top tier moves like Time Skip Backbreaker, which is a really strong move. It basically makes your back hit unperfect blockable, and also if you catch your opponent with it, it does do quite a bit of damage if you're fully transformed. As John has gone Super Saiyan, and I believe Guy is Super Saiyan as well, so both of them definitely have that Saiyan buff. Also, S. John 12 has a lot of moves to use after Savage Strike, so even if he catches you with the Savage Strike, he knows a couple moves to use after, like Timer Launcher or Burst Command Meha. He knows a lot of moves to make you regret staying in his combos. And then S. John definitely knows how to predict when his opponent is going to after image. That's why he brought Backbreaker to the game, which is a really strong move. There's also a lot more, like, time skip moves are a little bit, underwhelming. Like, some people may think that they don't do a lot of damage and they are kind of difficult to use, but if you're a beast at using them, they actually can be really strong and can like really put the pressure on your opponent. Like if you bring Flash Strike, the move will make people regret staying in your combos because you don't know when your opponent's going to use it. And Time Skip Backbreaker is probably like one of the best time skip moves in the game, hands down. I use the move almost all the time because it's just that good. And also there's a lot of different weird combos you can pull off with it. Both of them knew how to like it's kind of weird, kind of hard to explain, but basically both of them knew how to do knockaways. But then as John would do like a cancel, or I think OldToastyGuy would do it too, where they would cancel their knockaway into like a snap vanish and then re-catch their opponent in another combo, which is crazy. Like if you think about like the button mashing that goes into that, they have to press X, Y, and then snap vanish towards their opponent and then catch them in another combo, which it really isn't that much, but it is pretty intense. Also, they knew a lot of moves that kind of left their opponent in a knockaway animation, so that they were able to go for like more moves right after. But as John does take the first round, here's the second match, and now you can say both of them know how each other play after playing that first match, which took quite a long. I think it was like 3 minutes. But yeah, both of them knows how each other plays, so both of them are going to probably play more aggressive. I think as John did switch his preset, you could tell because he is wearing a different outfit, and OldToastyGuy is still using the same preset with Shining Slash. See right there, there's the that XY snap vanish and then catch another person, not another person, but catch the person in a combo that I was talking about. It's a pretty crazy button mash setup, but it is really nice. There's Savage Strike again. Now I know these guys did use Savage Strike quite a lot, but it's like the last round of the tournament, and Savage Strike isn't that bad. They weren't intentionally spamming it; they were just using it because, by the way they're fighting, they have to do as much damage as they can whenever they do catch their opponent in a combo, because you see how long it takes for them to actually catch someone in a combo. You got all these perfect blocks going off, these like really nice button mashes and key blast cancels. They were not messing around. So Savage Strike definitely is a really good move to bring, so that when they do catch their opponent in a combo, they're actually able to do a really good amount of damage. Right there, OldToastyGuy does land the perfect block, which does end up breaking S. John's stamina, and then he goes for a knockdown combo, and then a big bang, 100 times big bang Kamehameha, and yeah, that was GG. That was the second match. So right now it is 1-1. Here is the final match, the most intense match of the whole tournament, if you ask me. The fact that it's 1-1 makes the match even more intense because whoever wins basically wins the whole tournament. Ezjan is doing really good to stay out of Old Toasty Guy's combos, withering down Old Toasty Guy's health by a little bit, not really too much to make like a big difference, but he is withering it down. Right there though, Ezjan does end up taking damage, so right now Ezjan is not, perfecting Old Toasty Guy. But yeah, they know how to catch each other in some pretty crazy combos and use strong super attacks to combo into more combos. So whenever they do catch their opponent with combos, they're not going to probably get out of it for a while unless they do after image or are forced to use an evasive to get out of it. You could tell both of their hands were pretty warmed up because the amount of perfect blocks and like nice snap vanishing in this match is crazy. And also they had the key blast cancel up. These guys were ready for war. They were not messing around. You could tell OldToastyGuy's definitely got his defense up, using his guard more than just to perfect block his opponent, but actually guarding Ezjan's combos, which Ezjan probably could have took advantage of that if he were to just keep attacking OldToastyGuy's guards, withering down ToastyGuy's stamina, but he really wasn't because, like I said, this match was really intense, so probably a lot was going on in both of these guys' heads. Both of them are trying to do as much damage as possible, using knockaways and then going straight into Savage Strike, or what ToastyGuy's doing, using a knockaway and then going into Shining Slash to catch his opponent's combo. These guys are trying to do as much damage as they can. This match was really close, but right now, ToastyGuy is definitely in the lead by a little bit of health, not really that much of a lead, but he is technically winning right now. OldToastyGuy has gone Super Saiyan, Ezjan still hasn't turned Super Saiyan yet, which you think he probably would because he does have enough ki to turn Super Saiyan. But whenever he does a Super Saiyan, I noticed that OldToastyGuy will try to do an Aura Dash. Unfortunately, this isn't the last update. If you try to do that before they did the update where they made transformations faster, it would end up breaking Ezjan's stamina. But, at least he is trying to go for it because if it does land, he does have that stamina break on Ezjan, and he could possibly finish the match quickly, even though he still has a ton of health. Right there, Ezjan has taken a lot of damage, refusing to get out of OldToastyGuy's combos when he did have enough stamina too, trying to conserve even, all that stamina that he does have currently. He took the OldToastyGuy still has a ton of health now. He still is on his green bar, and Ezjan is on his last health bar. So it's getting really intense. You can tell OldToastyGuy does have a pretty big lead. Then he lands the unvanishable Kamehameha, and this is where it messed up. OldToastyGuy tried using his evasive, which was Spread Shot Retreat, to dodge that Kamehameha. But what happened was, Spread Shot Retreat doesn't give you any super armor unless you negate any damage. So when he was hopping back, it brought him back down, right back onto the Warp Kamehameha, and he took a ton of damage from that Kamehameha. ToastyGuy does return the damage with an unvanishable full power energy blast volley, and Ezjan tried to use his evasive to get out of it, but he let go of it too soon, and the Vanisher Guard had wore off. Then he could not dodge the full power energy wave unless he were to use his evasive again, which wouldn't be a smart move because evasives do take 3 stamina, and he would have ran out of stamina and unfortunately probably just lost. Now Ezjan is Super Saiyan, and if you guys didn't notice, ToastyGuy tried to go for the Aura Dash, but it didn't end up working because, like I said in that update, you can't really Aura Dash transformations anymore, so, he ended up just wasting 1 stamina while trying to go for the Aura Dash. Here's where it got really intense. Ezjan does have a little bit less stamina than ToastyGuy, but it really isn't that big of a deal. He's catching ToastyGuy in his combos, and ToastyGuy is refusing to after image out of them, trying to get a stamina advantage definitely over Ezjan, which he definitely does have right now. Also, Ezjan is doing his little infinite combos with the snap edge in between his combos, withering down ToastyGuy's health a little bit. He does land a back hit right there, catching ToastyGuy in another combo. Then he goes from a back hit to a knockaway to another knockaway and to a Tyrant Lancer, and just the amount of damage he did in that quick second was crazy. Now both of them are basically one shot, and I noticed if ToastyGuy goes for his evasive, which is Spread Shot Retreat, and that evasive does do a lot of damage, he could possibly win this, but now he has no stamina. Then he lands the perfect block on Ezjan, lands the perfect block on ToastyGuy and ends up winning the game. So yeah, GG, that match was really intense. Ezjan definitely did come back, which was pretty dope. That match was really intense, and both of them agreed on that because it was just so down to the wire. Both of them were basically one shot. If ToastyGuy were to land a grab on Ezjan, he probably would have won the tournament. If ToastyGuy were to use evasive, he probably would have won. But then Ezjan finally caught him with no stamina and won the game. So yeah, GG to both of them. It was a really good match and definitely dope to see. Both of them, I asked if both of them want to just do another match just for kicks, nothing too serious, just another match. Both of them were down to agree. So I'm going to let that last match play out after this little commentary. commentary. So yeah, shout out to S John for winning the tournament. I will have links to both their both their channels in the description down below, and also pin a comment. Shout out to both of them, and congrats to S John 12 for winning the tournament. So yeah, GG to both of y'all. I hope you guys did enjoy my commentary over this tournament. I can go ahead and let you guys know that I'm not really the best at it. So, you know, it's basically a new experience, you know, for me. I'm not really the best at doing commentaries over other people fighting. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you go check their channels out in the description down below, and I will see you guys on the next Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video. Peace.